So choosing a right monitor for your setup is something that can instantly improve your gaming experience, and it's one of those things that you can easily use for 6 to 7 years if you pick the right one. But picking the right one can be a challenge. So in this video, I'm showing you guys the best monitors for a variety of price points. This is Sukhjit Singh from the HardwareHub, and let's get right into it. If you're new to the channel and you end up enjoying this video, please be sure to hit the subscribe button down below to get more content like this. But with that out of the way, let's get right into the video itself with the first monitor, which is the LG 22BK430HB for $95. Now this is the cheapest I'd go for a brand new monitor. If you have a lower budget than this, I'd recommend checking out Craigslist or maybe the subreddit Hardware Swap to pick up something secondhand. But obviously, if you do have trouble finding a nice used monitor, you can let me know in the comments down below and I can try helping you guys out down there. But anyways, this monitor is 1080p, which has been the standard resolution for gaming for quite some time. While 1440p is becoming more popular as GPUs become more powerful, 1080p is still the most popular and it looks excellent in modern games. Some nice features of this monitor include FreeSync support, which is going to essentially eliminate screen tearing when you have that activated. Now FreeSync is an AMD sponsored product, but I have heard of Nvidia starting to support it on their GPUs because FreeSync is an open source platform. Now besides that, this has a 5 millisecond response time, which is pretty standard, and it has a 75Hz refresh rate, which is a small step above the usual 60Hz that we get with most monitors. Now around the back, you'll find an HDMI and a VGA port, which is going to pretty much allow for connectivity with any GPU from the past 10 years. This monitor is also IPS, so color reproduction should be decent for the price, and it will be helpful if you plan on doing photo or video editing while using this monitor. For less than $100, I'm really impressed with how well rounded this monitor is, and I think it's excellent for a budget to mid-range gamer. Now next on this list, we have the BenQ GL2480 for $110. Now unlike the last monitor, this has a TN panel which does not have the nicest colors, but it allows manufacturers to reduce the response time and get it to 1 millisecond, which is really helpful if you're playing games that benefit from quicker responses such as first-person shooters. Like the last monitor, this also has a 75Hz refresh rate, which is better than the usual 60Hz that we get, and it will translate into slightly smoother gameplay. Besides that, this is a 1080p monitor with a 24-inch diagonal, which is decently large, and it comes with HDMI, DVI, and VGA ports for all of your connectivity needs. BenQ has a reputation of making excellent hardware geared toward gamers, and this is no exception. Now coming in at $159, we have the Asus VP249QGR. The biggest feature of the monitor is the 144Hz refresh rate. If you're playing a first-person shooter, the difference between a high refresh rate and low refresh rate monitor is going to be night and day because you'll be getting visual information 2 times faster than the people you're competing against. Of course, you still need to have skill to be good at your game, but this might give you a small advantage, and it might be the difference between an average and hardcore gamer. In other games, the high refresh rate will still be beneficial because the gameplay will be smoother and there will be slightly less input lag. Besides that, this is a 1080p monitor that has an IPS panel, so colors will look nice and accurate. This monitor also comes with FreeSync support, which will help you with screen tearing if your GPU supports that feature. Now on top of all those features, this also has built-in speakers, which probably won't sound very nice, but they're nice to have just in case you don't have another audio solution. If you want the best gaming and content consumption solution at 1080p, this is probably the monitor for you. Now next on this list, we have a 1440p monitor, which is the Acer V277U for $255. This has a 1440p panel with a 4 millisecond response time, a 75Hz refresh rate, FreeSync, and built-in speakers. One thing to note is that this is an IPS display, so color reproduction will be very good, and it's going to be helpful if you like to make videos or edit photos and you want to do it with this display. The low response time and the 75Hz refresh rate that this offers, combined with FreeSync, is going to offer a very smooth game performance given that your GPU supports FreeSync and is able to render the game that you're playing at a decent frame rate. Obviously, FreeSync is not mandatory, but it will be helpful, especially if your monitor already supports it. Now around the back of this monitor, you'll find 2 HDMI ports and a display port, so if you are using hardware made in the past 5 years, you'll likely have no issues when it comes to conductivity. You might have issues if you want to use a VGA cable with this, but I doubt anybody buying this monitor is going to have a GPU without at least an HDMI port. This monitor is going to offer the best overall value for those of you looking to game or edit at 1440p. Now last but definitely not least, we have a 4K monitor, which is the Asus MG28UQ for $305. Now since this has a 4K resolution, it's going to have a great amount of detail for your viewing pleasure. It's a TN panel, so viewing angles and colors aren't the greatest, but the choice of a TN panel enables Asus to produce this with a 1 millisecond response time. This monitor also has FreeSync support, which is great for eliminating screen tearing and reducing stuttering, like all monitors with FreeSync. Now this monitor will require a beefy GPU to power it if you plan on doing heavy tasks such as video editing, gaming, and maybe even photo editing. I would recommend at least a GTX 1660 if you're gaming, and something closer to an RTX 2080 Ti if you want to get 60 FPS in the latest games. Now obviously I can't make assumptions, but I hope the person buying this has a nice PC so that won't be an issue for them. If you're looking to get a decently priced 4K monitor, then I think this is the best option. Now if you guys have any questions about this video, or if you still need help picking out your monitor, please let me know in the comments down below and I can help you down there. Also I want to mention I have links to everything in the description, so check this out if you're interested. But yeah guys, that's all for today. If you liked the video, please try to hit the like button. If you didn't like it, please dislike this video and subscribe for more content, and I'll see you guys in the next one.